That's right. We are simply your choice, exactly 11:13. And as promised, we have a live studio interview this morning, right here in 112 for your Tuesday, 1st of December 2015, all about Les Mis. And in the studios, we have a group of students and also the teachers. Mr. Will Kemp, who is the Director of Drama, and Anne Dickinson, the Senior Registrar, with us as well this morning. So, Mr. Will, could you sort of tell us why this is selected? Why this particular drama, this play?
Yeah, well, Les Misérables is the kind of play, it's a very beautiful play, and it's through sung. So it's very, very complicated to perform, but it's an incredible story, and it's a story of redemption. It's a story of a man who committed a crime. He becomes a parolee, but instead of committing more crime, he becomes a good person, and we see through him and through the actions of others his eventual redemption, really, his improvement as a person, by being a good person and by improving the lives of others around him.
All right. And I see with you a group of students in the studio of Pilihan FM. These students, I believe, are selected out of many, many other students out there, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. So we had 86 students audition, and we now have 38 in the cast. There's not just 38 performers, though. We've got 168 children involved in the production in one way or another. We've got primary school children making props. We've got children in food technology making French-style food for the interval. We've got students painting the set, again, painting props. We've got people helping backstage, helping with lighting, makeup, hair. We see it as a real industry, working together in that collaborative way, having a sense of agency, working together.
And the students are not from a particular year, they're from all different years?
Indeed, yeah, year 7 through to year 13, and actually we've got representatives here from year 7 all the way to year 13.
Okay, all right. And students, it's your turn to introduce yourself one by one from this corner.
Hi, I'm Rafeeqa. From year 7.
From year 7. Yeah. And who will you be playing?
Oh, I'm playing Gavroche.
All right. Next one.
Hi, I'm Yasmin and I play Fantine.
Hello, I'm Fahad and I'll be playing Valjean.
Hi, I'm Rebecca and I'll be playing Little Eponine.
Hi, I'm Batrisya and I'll be playing as a student and also part of the chorus.
Okay. Now, first and foremost, can you tell us who's your favorite character? Maybe from you.
I would have to go for Javert. He's the character I play along with for most of the show, and the interaction we have between each other is quite interesting because it turns from conflict into something of which improves upon to become something quite nice, where it's a story which starts from a conflict to Javert actually turning into realizing that Valjean is actually not that bad of a person.
Okay, and how long do you have to rehearse, for this play?
We all together 10 weeks of intense rehearsals, and actually they've been very enjoyable rehearsals.
During school hours or after school hours even?
They're after school hours.
After school hours.
So we still have academics.
And how do you remember your lines?
Lines, surprisingly, I didn't find them that hard to remember. It was because listening to them over and over, again, because we've been given CDs each. So listening to them every day, walking to school, walking back from school, turned into a routine, and then it's quite easy to remember.
Okay.
Could I just add something about Fahad? Fahad's never ever been in a musical in his life. And Yasmin, who actually plays Fantine, who's here now, just encouraged him to come along to audition just to be in the chorus. And he came along and just blew our socks off. He sang for us, and I'm sure he'll sing for you if you want him to.
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to hear a little bit? So when he came into audition, he said, "Well, I've prepared a little bit of a song called Bring Him Home. Would you like to hear a little bit of that?"
Yeah, sure,
so
please.
Go for it, Fahad.
Okay, so there you go. God on high, hear my prayer. Take me now to thy care. So it carries on a bit like that.
And the really complicated bit about the song is, as you can hear, is it's very, very high. So there's lots of grown men who can't sing this. And Fahad's 18 and nailed it. And that's what's so amazing about performing arts, is you can get a student that's not normally a performer and just give them an opportunity to perform.
I think this will be the platform.
Big time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll hand you back over.
All right, moving on to you, Yasmin, right?
Yes.
Okay. What about you?
I play Fantine, who's basically a woman that works in the factory with an illegitimate child that the factory workers find out about, and they really don't like me for it. Basically, she did all the right things, but wasn't in the right place at the right time, and gets attacked, her hair's cut off and things, and eventually she just dies in song 6.
Okay.
And Valjean takes care of my character's child Cosette. So that's how the sort of play progresses, where he sort of takes
And
hold.
your part in the play would be to sing as well?
Yep, just to sing it.
Maybe, give us a bit of it.
Okay. Well, I do have my big solo, I Dreamed a Dream.
Okay.
Pretty well known, pretty out there.
All right, sure.
Okay. I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that he would be forgiving. Yeah.
Wow.
It's a very sad song. It's meant to emphasize how much sort of pain she's gone through and sort of how much pain everyone was going through at the time.
Do you perform often?
Yes, I do. I've actually been in a couple of musicals with Mr. Kemp.
Right.
I think I've been in
so no
3
stage
with him
frights or
now.
anything like that?
No, not much.
Okay.
Yasmin played Nancy in last year's production of Oliver, which is one of the title roles. But the year before, she was a small role in Little Shop of Horrors. So at JIS, sometimes it's not just about being the star, it's about being just part of the show. And, someone like Yasmin doesn't have to be the main event, She can take a step back, be part of the chorus. And then next year, someone who's in the chorus for Les Mis could easily be one of the main characters for next year's musical. And that's the kind of progression we're trying to put forward, really.
And how do you select, students for their roles? Is it based on their personality?
You see, that's interesting. I think, there's a lot said about the X factor and all this. They walk in and but actually, we've got people in the cast this year who we've really taken a chance on. People who just have got a real passion for performance, or maybe sing very passionately at home, but just need that voice and need that encouragement. At JIS, a big part of what we do is about amplifying whatever skills students have. We take students who might be quiet, but sing quietly at home. And we just say, do you know what? There's something there. I mean, one of the main characters who isn't here, Alex Stagg, who plays Marius, he was a small part.
Okay.
In the last musical, and he's now one of the main parts, and he has developed as a singer over the last 10 weeks in an unbelievable way. Wow. And that's the amazing music department at our school, Marietta Del Mar, one of our vocal coaches, and Mr. Gary Thin, who's the musical director, and they've worked so hard with him on getting that singing voice perfected, and he really is getting there, and that's what it's about as well. So
bringing out the best in the students.
100%. Right. Championing them and their skills. Yeah.
Like that. Okay, moving on, we have our next student with us.
Hi, I'm Rafeeqa, and I play Gavroche. Gavroche is technically a street urchin in that time, and he's poor, he has nowhere to live, he lives on the street. As said, he's a street urchin, and he decides to go up for the student revolution, and he joins them as a student.
In our play, just to make it clear, she's a she.
Yep.
She's a she. So in the story, Gavroche is told as either a boy or a girl. In ours, it's a girl playing a girl. Does that make sense? It's just Rafeeqa, when she looks at the actual history, the character was a boy, but in our play, it's a girl.
Okay.
Yeah, so go for it, Rafeeqa.
And he joins the revolution and becomes a student and fights for them, and then very sadly dies on the barricade trying to save his friends with ammunition, trying to get ammunition from the barricade, and dies.
Okay, and can you probably sing for us a little bit?
Well, Rafeeqa can actually do one better than that. She actually has learned her solo in both French and English. At our school, we've got quite a big French contingent. Now, Rafeeqa isn't French. Where are you from, Rafeeqa?
half Malaysian, half Chinese.
There we go. But she's learned this, one of her solos in French and English. And it's a way of us championing that kind of French community in our school. And Mr. Philippe Poulain, who's head of French and French languages, I'm not sure the exact title of his job, but he's championed Les Mis within languages as well. So Rafeeqa, do you want to do it in English first?
Okay. How do you do? My name's Gavroche. These are my people, is my patch. Not much to look at, nothing posh, nothing that you'd call up to scratch. This is my school, my high society, here in the slums of San Michel. We live on crumbs of humble piety, tough on the teeth, but what VL? Think you're poor, think you're free. Follow me, follow me!
And so that's what it sounds like in English.
Okay.
And now in French, you'll hear there's still this attitude. Gavroche represents Paris. Everything that Paris stood for at this time, she stands for. You know, she stands for everything that Paris was at the time.
Good.
And lots of adults couldn't speak about it, but she did.
Okay, take it away.
Bonjour Paris, c'est moi Gavroche. Je suis plus en moche qu'on se le dise. J'avance de la rue avec les cloches. J'y vais ni à l'école ni à l'église. J'ai pas de blême, je me fais pas de belle. Y'a de l'océan dans tout Paris. Ici tous ces chants qu'on fait sont faciles. Un jour on franchit l'autre, on mendie. On est les brises, on décise. Suivez-moi, suivez le guide.
There you go.
I'm speechless. And do you take French as a language in school?
No, I take Chinese and Spanish.
Oh, wow. So this is really different. You know, something.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always, I mean, I've only been in Brunei 2.5 years now, and I'm staggered by how many languages our students speak. It's just brilliant. At JIS, it's normal for students to speak 2 or 3 languages.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay. Moving on, to the next row of students with us this morning on Pilihan FM. What's your name again?
My name's Rebecca.
Rebecca. Okay. Can you tell us your role in the play?
I'm Young Eponine, and I basically am the daughter of these 2 people who run
Like a cafe.
a cafe sort of, and then I'm a bit spoiled, and I have
It's an interesting role because basically Rebecca doesn't sing as this role. She's in numerous other parts. She's actually a multi-role in the chorus. So I've actually got the list here. I can tell you it's quite hard to remember. But she plays a number of people. You play Young Eponine. You play the angry girl. You play a gang member, and she's a member of the chorus.
Wow.
So because we've got 38 actors, but they're playing 56 roles. People like Rebecca have to play 4 parts, and that's very, very challenging. So.
Yeah, I know. How can you remember which is for which?
I don't know. It's kind of like
I think through practice it helps a lot, right?
yeah.
Okay. And do you have to change attires for all this? For
Yeah.
different roles?
Yeah.
So you have to be quick as well?
Yeah, we have to like run off stage and get changed and then run back on.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Okay. And moving on to Patricia, is it?
Oh yeah.
What's your role in this play?
I'm part of the chorus,
Mhm.
and I'm also a student. Like Gavroche, I fight for the revolution. So a student is basically this whole like army.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean the revolution that the whole play is about actually wasn't really a revolution. It was actually called an uprising because it was so small. It's not the French Revolution like everybody will know about. You know, the storming of the Bastille and all that. It was actually quite small. It was called the June Rebellion. Happened in 1832, and it only happened on the 5th and 6th of June. It was 2 days, and 166 people died. That was it. I know it's still 166 people, but still. And out of those, 93 students died. And basically that's the story that our play focuses on. And that's who Patricia plays, one of those students.
Okay.
And we as an audience, we get used to them. And we get to know those students. And pretty much all of them die. Yeah.
I
It's
see.
not the most cheery play in the world, but it's an amazing story.
How long is this play?
It is
The duration?
it's an hour and 15 minutes, the first act. And the second act is just under an hour. Be a 20-minute gap in the middle. And we're advising that the audience is 8 years or above, I would say, is probably the best kind of age group. Just there's nothing too scary in it, but it's kind of inferred violence, and fear, inferred kind of scary stuff. But yeah, it's a really intense but really inspirational play.
Okay, can you probably tell us, when will it be happening? Where is it? Okay, before we wrap up the interview.
Go for it, Fahad. Yeah.
Okay, so our play is going to take place in Jerudong International School in the Arts Centre, the main auditorium. The opening night is on the 4th of December, so that'll be a Friday evening at 7:45. Doors will be open to public. So that'll be the first night, and they will be performing for the next 2 days on Saturday the 5th of December at 7:45 p.m. again, and finally our last show at 2 p.m. at on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, it's 2:30 actually on the Sunday.
Okay.
Is it 2 p.m. Miss Dickinson? All right, I'm totally wrong. It's 2 p.m. Thank you, Miss Dickinson.
Okay, so happening on 3 days, yeah?
The tickets are $20. We haven't got many left actually. We've got about 70 left for Friday, about 75 for Saturday, and we've got quite a few for Sunday left. They normally go in the next couple of days, so if anybody's interested, then please go down to the stationery shop at JIS, and you can buy your tickets there.
All right. And any last words before I let you go?
One more song. At the end of the day, we could do one more song for you.
All right,
if you
sure.
want.
Go
All right.
ahead.
Okay, guys, all together. Now, just so you know, there's only 5 members of the cast here, so they will try with their volume as much as they can.
Okay.
But normally there's 38 of them, and they're a lot louder. Okay. So, guys, this is at the end of the day, and this is a collection of people on the streets of Paris, and they've got nothing, and they're talking about the fact they've got nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
Take it away.
At the end of the day, or another day over. With no you can say for the life of the poor. It's a struggle, it's a war, and there's nothing that anyone's giving. One day standing about, what is it for? One day less to be living. At the end of the day, there's another day colder. And the shirt on your back doesn't keep out the chill.
And there you go. There's a little taste.
Thank you very much for being here with us on the airways of Pilihan FM to tell us all about your play, Les Mis, right? Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Will Kemp, and to all you students for being with me, and all the best in the play, in the upcoming play, and see you around.